It's so cold, windy today here in England. I was like, I need to make myself like a pot roast. So I made myself some pot roast. It smells amazing. I'm about to destroy this while I watch a movie. Feel super cozy. Alright. Meat. I'm about to add some hot sauce in there. Trying to get like a little piece, because I want my mouth to like, yeah, that's a good piece. I spent about 2.5 hours in the oven. The meat is like so tender. I did good. I did good. Oh, this is.
Begin by heating up your cast iron crock pot. Once the cast iron has been heating up, you're going to add some olive oil. Add some olive oil and throw in some a few garlic cloves. Make sure that the garlic cloves brown, like give it a good brown. Then you're going to add your chuck roast inside the cast iron. Make sure that the heat is really high. Make sure that you also give it a good color on each side of your roast. So for example, the roast that I got was very hefty and had like a little bit of like a square shape. So I made sure that I give a really good color on all the sides so they can be evenly brown. Like you just want to give it like a good color, right? So do this about like maybe 1 to 2 minutes on each sides while the heat is still high. Once you have the color that you've desired, you're going to remove your chuck roast and leave it on the side. So now you're going to add your veggies, such as they're all listed below on the recipe. So like the celery, carrots, potatoes, onion, yeah, so everything listed there. So I'm a really big fan of onion, so I added quite a bit of onion for this chuck roast, and it's always nice. And also when it's done, it's like it dissolves, the onion dissolves, so that's okay. Add a little bit of salt, yeah, some salt, give it a good mix. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna cover the veggies, and you're gonna bring it to simmer. Reduce the heat to about like medium, yeah. Then you're gonna cover, and then once it is brought up to simmered, you're going to make sure that nothing has been sticking in the bottom of the pan, and you're going to give it a really good mix. Alright, now it's time to add your tomato paste. Make sure you add a really good amount of tomato paste, because that's going to play later on with the color of the actual roast. Then you're going to add your seasoning listed below, and here I added just a little bit of pepper flakes. They wanted to make it too spicy because my son will be eating this, so I just added just a little bit of red pepper flakes in there. Give it a really good mix, right? Once everything has been incorporated like this, we are going to add some tomato bouillon powder, yeah, some tomato bouillon powder. I always use that on whatever I'm cooking, whatever that requires any kind of like coloring or tomatoes. You always add like a nice taste to it. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna add some balsamic vinegar. You can also substitute that with some red wine, but I typically like the balsamic vinegar because it adds more flavor to it and also color to it, and also I like the salt that it has in there too. Then you're gonna add some Worcestershire sauce as well, a few drops. Then you're gonna bring back your chuck roast back into the crock pot and top it off with some black pepper and some salt. You're gonna add your herbs. You could add, sage, green onions, bay leaves, parsley, whatever herbs you have in your house, add it. And then I put back in the garlic that I roasted earlier on the top of it, and you cover for a little bit, and then you open it back up. Then you're gonna add your beef stock, right? Make sure your beef stock has covered most of the meat, right? So I used about 4.5 cups of water, of beef stock for this. So I guess depending on the size of your crock pot, you can use, you can put more water or not, or depending if you like your crock pot, your roast beef to be like, soupy or not, because I know some people literally barely add any water in there. So it's up to you. So voila, this is how it looks like. It looks well seasoned, the color is beautiful. So now we are going to place in the oven for about 2.5 hours. Then we're gonna come back in about, let's say like the 1 hour 45 minutes mark. Then we're gonna mix it up a little bit, and then put it back in the oven, let it cook. Earlier I actually added some Brussels sprout to cook it with it, and I just had it for a snack. It was so good. So here it is now. So I'm giving it a good mix to make sure nothing has been sticking on the bottom. Then we're going to remove it from the oven, and we're gonna see how it looks like. So here is the pot roast that we've done all together. When I tell you my house smelled like heaven, guys, my house smelled delicious. Even my neighbor texted me saying, "What are you cooking?" But no, guys, it turned out amazing. It was super easy to make. This, I feel like if you don't know how to cook, you can actually make this like really easily. So here is the meat here. Obviously it always tastes better the longer it sets, or the next day. So oh my god, the next day was even better. But this thing right here, I could make it every day. And the chuck roast wasn't expensive as well. Such a cheap dinner, such a delicious and flavorful, bold, filled with flavors dinner. I definitely recommend this recipe. I definitely recommend for anybody who never try pot roast to try it. I think this is your sign for you to try. It was absolutely delicious. So we ate this with some baguette, some slice of baguettes and some butter, and it was completely amazing. Then the next day I ate some with some rice. It was so good. But anyways, for this pot roast, honestly, add whatever kind of veggies you like. You know what I mean? The more veggies, the better. But the essentials are basically, make sure you add some carrots in there and some celery, because celery is a really big factor when it comes to the pot roast. Top it off with some. I top it off here with some cilantro. I didn't have any parsley, so I just added some cilantro, and it still added like a really good flavor to it. But if you really enjoyed this recipe, if you really enjoyed this video, please make sure you follow, you guys, subscribe, comment below, say hi, so I can continue to do this, because I usually don't like putting my recipes out there because they don't actually do well when it comes to numbers and views and everything on my social media. So please make sure you guys like this, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.